Okay, in this lesson we are going to be talking about custom fields. We've already gone through a lot of the contact overview, and while that might seem dry, it might seem as though it's boring, and yes, it is. When we get into the custom fields, when we get into more of the actionable data, you're going to see that while this might be dry, it's building toward the good stuff. It's building towards the profit that we'll get when we start actually using the campaign builder, which when we get to the campaign builder, that is where the fun begins. That is where all of the action happens, and you're going to see just how awesome it is when you understand this stuff. So let's kind of go into this. We're going to go into custom fields, and custom fields are something that makes Infusionsoft very, very powerful. And if you remember, custom fields are this custom data that normally is not associated with Infusionsoft. It's not normally there, but we're able to, because of them, create this data. We're able to do this and have some really amazing results when we use them the right way. And so in order to get to custom fields, go to settings over here in the admin column, settings, and you're going to see this area right here where it says custom fields. And the custom fields area, we're going to go to custom fields for contacts. They have custom fields for all of this other stuff, but generally you're going to do custom fields for contacts because those are the ones that are really, really actionable. Okay, now this is the custom field section, and here are all my custom fields that you can see here. Now, what you'll notice about a lot of these custom fields that I have in here is that they're based around data such as when people have bought, how long it's been since they bought, what they've bought, and a lot of these custom fields are a bit more on the advanced side. So one thing is that even if you had 10 custom fields that were just basic custom fields, you can use those things in such a way where it will give you so much value and help you to sell so much more than you normally would. Now, one thing that you want to be aware of and be cognizant of is that with custom fields, you only have 100 that you can use at a time. Okay, and if you notice, for me, I have 56, but I do a lot of advanced custom field stuff. You know, I have automated webinar times, I have dates, I have birthday. Actually, I could take birthday out. I don't know why I have that in there. I need to take that one out. I have referral counts. I have click scores. I have a whole bunch of different things that are just, they are much more, they are a much more on the advanced side. But I do have some things in here such as, let's go down here, how long have you been in business? And this is a drop down that says under 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, over 5 years. Now, like I said, you want to be aware that you can only use 100 fields. So one thing that you always have to keep in the back of your mind is, one, is the data that I'm trying to collect for my customer, is it something that can be used, that can be collected with a tag? Because you have pretty much a limitless amount of tags. Or is it something that can only be collected in a valuable way through custom fields? So you might say, hey, Dean, well, I could just use a tag for if someone does a survey, maybe it's some radio buttons, I can just use a tag, and it's totally true, you can do this, a tag that if they answer under 1 year, or if they say 2 years, or 3 years, or 4 years, or 5 years, or over 5 years, you can just tag them as having a business for under 1 year, or for 2 years, and so on and so forth. Yes, that's absolutely true. But for this particular custom field, I know that I'm going to be using this in some way, say in a voice, or not in a voicemail, in a text message or in an email. So if someone answers that they've been in business for over 5 years and they answer some other questions that are qualifying them, I can shoot them an email and say, hey, Joe, how's it going? It's so cool to meet you. So, how's your business of 5 years going? Or I can say, hey, Brad, how's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. I have a beginner course. I know that you've been in business for under 1 year. And those are all merge fields that I can use in my emails. Those are all merge fields that I can use in my emails. In fact, if I go back over here and I go to dean@prosaloon.com, and we go and look at the customer data over here, Dean over here, like we had mentioned before, is a beginner experience level business owner. And so I can say, hey, I know you're a beginner, and have that be a merge field, a beginner, and that you've only had your business for merge field under 1 year. So it adds that personalization. Plus, it allows me to take action. Now, like I said, you can use tags for that. You can use tags for the most part, but you're not going to be able to do a mail merge like that. You're not going to be able to say, well, I take that back. Maybe if it were, maybe if you did 5 different emails and you had, based on whatever tag they had, you send a specific email, you can do it that way. But that gets very, very cumbersome after a while, especially if you have, say, 20 of these. Maybe you go from 1 to 20 years or 20 years or more. That you're gonna have to do 10 or 20 emails in order to do that, and that's just not that's a big waste of resources. So you don't want to do that. So so you want to keep these to a minimum. Another quick thing, if you look at this, these tabs and headers, tab and header. Basically, the tab is, if you go and you see the contact, the tab is right here. So you'll see customer data, custom fields, and other info. And customer data, custom fields, other info. Pretty cool. And then in each one of these, you'll see little headers, and those are what these headers are right here. Prospect information, so on. That's these headers right here that you'll actually see in the person's information. So you have a whole list of things that you can actually do. This is a drop down, but if I wanted to add a new custom field, say this was favorite food, I can do currency, I can do drop downs, I can do decimal numbers, percent numbers, whole numbers, all that other type of stuff. This would be a drop down in this case. I would say like fish, meat, hamburgers, and so on, and create that custom field that way. And I can use that in any way that I want, but definitely use these in a sparse way. Now you're going to see that these play an important role in the campaign builder, where we put all of this stuff together. Okay, that's where we put all this stuff together, and I can't wait to get there. But we need to understand these things before we actually get there. So if you have any questions, please let me know. But this is how we use custom fields. Remember to use them sparingly. Okay, but we can use them in a variety of ways. And this is a beginner course, so we're only going to go over just what they are, and a couple of them maybe in the campaign builder.